Welcome back to ChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Destro Reborn. Modern women disdain for passport bros explained. Men belong to us. I'm sure that's how they feel. Please like and subscribe below. I really appreciate that. Get that chow. It's chow time.
Y'all might hate to say it, but I love to see it. Told you. Y'all think we're dunces, but to be honest, some of y'all be some of the worst dunces of all time.
She say a lot of mean stuff to me.
Passport bros have been so quiet, but I just heard they're over there killing you guys left and right in Colombia.
You sure about that?
Y'all better learn how to take a woman out on a date here. And be nice.
Like that smile. And being... It's so maniacal.
I remember a time when women over 300 pounds were not allowed or expected to speak in public. It was just assumed that they clearly lost in the game of life, and we, as a gesture of courtesy, would allow them to live out their days of solitude in peace. But see, the epidemic of delusion has affected them as well, to the point where they feel their input on such topics is necessary. This woman, who has not seen her own tenderloin in years, felt the need to interject her point of view in the court of the beloved passport brotherhood. But I digress. Let me point your attention away from the talking elephant in the room. Let us bite into the meat of such savory hypocrisy. For these women celebrate the demise of 8 of our fallen tenderloin freedom fighters. But far worse, they use these unfortunate stories as a tool to bring fear onto our young neophytes and cobraligs who only dream of the unsulfuric smell of balanced pH. Blasphemy.
You ain't lying.
Let us only study the pure facts. Colombia has close to over 4 million tourists per year, 800,000 plus alone from the USA. Colombia also enjoys a 49% growth in international visitors due to good eats, beautiful chicas, quality hydroponics, powerful hallucinogens, and high-quality nightlife. And out of this mass population, you could only find 8 people. I ask you this.
That's where I also agree. It's 8 people out of the mass amount of people that travel over there that they're trying to point out. It's a small number of things compared to the majority of what's going on.
You really take a sisterhood propaganda blog like Sandra Rose seriously?
Now, after this article was released about those passport bros making their way down to Colombia and getting the United States had to put out a travel advisory to these dusties, okay? A literal travel advisory to these dusties to not go and meet strangers in foreign countries on dating app. And shout out to Sandra Rose, this blog that put out this article because it's an amazing read.
Yes, by now we all know the signs of a bitter sisterhood asset. The DMV, or Post Office Woman Glasses, is a dead giveaway. If you look closely, we can even see that her strong alpha female energy has raised her testosterone and DHT hormone levels to mimic the outline of a man experiencing male pattern baldness. Fascinating. Great time.
I love Lord Destro, man. Like, he's so fucking hilarious.
Time for a Hims finasteride or minoxidil commercial, don't you agree? But I'm sorry, once again, I digress. Unequivocally, Your Grace, Lord Destro, will prove to you that dating in the USA is just as or more dangerous than dating abroad. For example.
Police found the body of 27-year-old Adam Hillary Friday night. Police believe a woman that he met online used a dating site to lure him in. And then, after going on a date, she took 3 men to his home who robbed and killed him.
The victim brought his tape back.
Sounds familiar. Sounds exactly what goes on in Colombia and those southern countries. But it's happening here?
Here after an evening together to his apartment. She came back several hours later with company. According to police, Hillary met this woman, 18-year-old Haley Bustos, went on a date Thursday and ended up at his place on Sunset Avenue. A few hours later, Bustos went back to Hillary's apartment, this time with these three men.
I think the plan was that he get robbed and that they take his stuff.
At some point, there was a struggle. Police tell us that's when Andre Warner pulled the trigger. They believe Bustos used the online dating site to lure Hillary in, and this may not be her first time.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank our beloved comrades that hit the super chat button in support of free tenderloin distribution. Your sacrifice is truly appreciated. Now, before we go any further into this rabbit hole, Lord Destro requires you to push that like button and smash that bell in the name of Cobra, and leave a comment below to appease the nosy algo, because as we all know, Big Brother is always watching. Now let the debauchery commence.
Our future rests with Destro now.
The latest episode of the Passport Bros. I made a video a long time ago talking about the Passport Bros and how, they sitting up there talking about how black women specifically are too masculine and hard to deal with. That's why they go out of the country to find women, because women in other places in other countries are more submissive. Now this so-called they unaliving y'all.
Even using her own logic, these men would rather risk their lives to a Colombian guillotine than be stuck with a masculine, unsubmissive woman like yourself. Notice she won't take a moment of introspection and ponder, wow, are we really this bad? So bad that our men would rather the game of Russian roulette than commingle with us. Instead of adapting the methods of your Colombian counterparts to win back your men, you would use fear to force these men back into your court. That sounds so unfeminine of you. Instead of using the seduction of Cleopatra, the alpha female will use the fear of the booty warrior to put men back in their place. Blasphemy.
Now this so-called they unaliving y'all. They, I can't say the word. They 187 y'all out of the country. And when you finally realize that you are not going to go further and do better,
until you bow down to us.
Wow. The pressure is getting worse.
Translation. Yes, you won't do better until you submit to me, the alpha female. She scolds you like an adopted cocker spaniel that has pissed on the carpet floor. And you would allow such insolence and pomposity in our ranks. Blasphemy. Truthfully, Lord Destro grows tired of this old Louis Vuitton harlot. What baffles your grace
I noticed that too. Yeah, like Louis Vuitton, everything, headband and all this stuff.
is that the same men that would climb the stairs of a Bronx project building at 3 a.m. to sleep with Keisha would be scared of the streets of Colombia. The same men that would meet up with Karen in a College Park Motel 6, 2 doors down from Young Thug's affiliates, would fear the streets of Colombia. The same men that would enter a Miami strip club owned by the Russian mafia, using their American Express card to open a tab at the bar, are scared of the streets of Colombia. The nerve of you. Many nights your Grace Lord Destro has roamed the streets of Medellin or Cartagena, inebriated by the whispers of Japanese whiskey, so I cannot share your sentiments. For the real ugly danger lies in your backyard. Most importantly, the risk, or the tenderloin, does not justify the means. For example,
now to a case so bizarre, some are calling it a made-for-TV crime that landed these four people, behind bars. It happened after police say a man was invited to the home of a woman that he was talking to through a dating app website. WRG's Jarita Patterson has the disturbing details of an alleged dating app kidnapping.
Wait a minute. Did this dapper gentleman say dating kidnapping in the U.S. of A? Maybe the spirits of Japanese whiskey are speaking again. But stay focused, my comrades.
That sounds like some TV stuff. Yeah, it sounds like Netflix.
It was an alleged robbery plot that sounds like it was made for TV, but this was all too real. This all started when the victim says he met a woman online through a dating app, essentially throwing caution to the wind. Deciding to meet at this apartment complex, the victim, who thought he was getting a shot at love, would find himself being shot at several times.
I'm not surprised because things happen all the time, especially around here.
Paranoia in Colombia.
Jasmine S. Williams is accused of being the face of this elaborate crime. Detectives say Williams, while online, invited the victim over. He was ambushed, he describes, after going inside her unit. 3 more people identified as another woman, also named Jasmine Williams, Nadia Town.
Protect yourself at all times, man. We don't know what's out there, especially out here.
And Trevor Keys were lying in wait. The victim says he was robbed, pistol whipped, and held hostage, while the 4 accused, quote,
imagine this is in the U.S.,
over
guys.
what to do with him. He says he was put inside the trunk of a car before being moved to the back seat and driven away.
A lot of people prey on the innocent anyway, so.
After hearing one of the alleged abductors say they were going to, quote, torture and kill him, the victim says he made his move, running for his life while also dodging bullets.
And I'm not surprised just because of the world we live in.
A World Wide Web meetup that ended with the victim in the hospital and 4 others being taken away in handcuffs.
Ignore the message of Lord Destro and continue to feast on Western vermin if it suits you. However, if you crave or feel that you are entitled to a higher form of sustenance, pledge your allegiance to the dark army of Destro. And so it was written. But wait a minute. You didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blasphemy.
Shout out to Lord Destro, always making great chow and pushing the Passport Bro coalition. It's just as dangerous here, guys. It's actually a little bit more dangerous when you think about it. The benefits do not outweigh the cost. Even though it's a possibility of losing your life out there, there's a possibility of losing your life out here and 70% of your stuff, your house, your kids, and everything too. Please like, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.